one ever hit the road without a drive and without a need to succeed. No one, never. Because the whole idea to start on your own is to find your passion, to discover something novel, moving, inspiring, to discover something new and extraordinary in yourself, the idea and the business you choose to do. Consider a new role. Find an entrepreneur in you. Take risks. Crave for the new. Build new relationships. Find new energy to break all barriers. Become one with your idea, your passion and belief. Well, since 1999, we have partnered and nurtured more business relationships than any other company. Helping entrepreneurs explore new businesses is not just what we believe in. It has always been who we are. Since Gaurav packed his bags and left off in search of the extraordinary, we have opened and put more businesses on a growth path than anybody else. And the best thing about growth is that it never stops knocking on the doors of successful people. Successful people who are always looking for the right opportunity. We all get a moment with that opportunity. And right now, somewhere around you, right here, there is an opportunity waiting just for you. An opportunity that could lead you on your path for the rest of your life. As franchise Indians every day, everything we do is creating an opportunity for you. Because your growth is our business.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us on this webinar called Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Over the last 27 years, Franchise India has helped thousands of investors selecting the right franchise business for them. Today, we are happy to introduce you a fast-growing South Indian QSR brand called Thavusukutti Biryani. Thavusukutti Biryani is a fast-growing South Indian QSR brand known for its authentic Dingul-style biryani and chicken 65. Founded in Chennai, the brand offers hygienic, chemical-free meals at affordable price. With the multiple outlets and a strong central kitchen model, it delivers consistent, superb quality food products. This brand is now inviting investors for the various southern part of India to be a part of their successful journey. This brand is already running 11 stores. Out of them, one is their own, and 10 stores are already running on a FOFO business model as a franchisee. This brand is looking for expansion in different part of India, like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh. And apart from that, in case if we get an opportunity to explore our business opportunity outside India, for example, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Dubai, Malaysia, then we are also open for those, the countries. To talk more about this, I'm joined with Dinesh, sir. He's the founder of this brand, along with my colleague from Franco, is Rajat. And we also have Puttu, is the key account manager from Bangalore, along with Nikita, who's the brand manager for this brand. Now, before we start and talk more about the business, I would like to inform everyone that in case if you would have any question related to the brand or the business, you please keep on posting your queries into the Q&A box. I mean, you get two options, one in the chat, the other one is Q&A. My request is to please use the Q&A option to put all your queries related to the brand or the business model. And we will take up all those questions once the brand presentation is over. Now, I would invite Dinesh to please take the lead. Let's start with a little bit of introduction and a little bit of history, how you get into this business, all the achievement, and then we will start the formal presentation about the brand. Now, over to you, sir.
Yeah, very good morning, everyone. I'm Dinesh. I'm the founder of Thavusukutti Biryani. Before starting Thavusukutti Biryani, I was into hardcore sales and marketing. And the last assignment which I was with DMart. I was vice president in sales for DMart. And prior to that, I was vice president sales and marketing with the Bambino vermicellis and masalas. And prior to that, I was with Seat Tires, Cello Pens, Kalishwari Refineries, MTR Foods, PepsiCo, Bajaj Automobiles, Idea Cellular, Aircel, Eureka Forbes in similar capacities at different stages of my life. So my strength is basically sales and marketing. So apart from these domain knowledge, my passion was always into food industry. I have started cooking in the age of 13, and from then onwards, it kept on growing inside me. And we used to cook a lot of family meals, and if there is any family gatherings, I used to do certain dishes which will outstand the other dishes. So somewhere the cooking skills was very good in me at the early stages itself. So the name Thavusukutti is basically a nickname, which is coming regionally in Tamil, which literally means that it's a small chef kind of a thing. Okay, so that is what it literally means. So after some point of time, I really wanted to get into my passion and develop my own company brand and get into food business into seriously by quitting the existing job. And we started this company in 2024, January we started. And this brand was very well planned, which means we had around 3 years of R&D in the recipe creations and as well as in the model on how it should be. And we have done alpha testing, beta testing, gamma testing before the launch, because whatever the knowledge which I have in terms of sales and marketing, I have implemented the same in this thing. And that's why this brand became a blockbuster hit. For those people who are in Chennai, they will know the brand for sure. Okay, because in the year 2024, among all the brands which has been launched, we were the number one brand in terms of revenues, in terms of virality, in terms of expansion, everything. You make whatever, okay, in terms of ROI, everything. This model is a very simple and a lean model, which means we focus on food and then price, nothing else. These are the two things which we focus. I will explain through the presentation why we do it and how we do it. Okay, so this is about my background, and we are just as we speak now, we are in May 2025. As we speak now, we have around 11 outlets running, and we have around another 4 5 signs. Okay, so that is all going to get opened in next month or probably in 2 months. So we are expanding rapidly. So that is where this thing is. So basically what we do, our signature recipe is Dindikkal style Jeeraga Samba biryani. So that is our signature recipe. So that product is basically a very premium product because of the amount of ingredients which is getting used in that, and because of the way in which in prepared, it's very premium. Okay, so that biryani in Chennai, when we were entering, okay, it is nothing less than 300 rupees. So the same biryani, okay, we launched it at 90 rupees. So that is the kind of aggressive pricing in which we will be doing it. And we will be doing it in much more authentic way, because in this entire process, whatever we do, we first stick to the recipe and we stick to the authenticity of how it has been made. So that is the core. So when we give an authentic Dindikkal biryani at a mass pricing, it's very attractive and it attracts a lot of crowd. So that is the kind of success which we got initially, because the recipe is also a super duper hit, and as well as the price is also very affordable. Okay, breaking the market norms on how this pricing of this product should be there. And we do chicken 65. These are the two main things which we do, because both these things are staple items. For having a biryani, you need just a starter. A chicken 65 is very, very easy to make. And in terms of costing also, it is very easy. In terms of scalability also, it is very easy. And in terms of the making process and shelf life, okay, everything, it comes very, very budget friendly for us, and as well as easy to operate and easily scalable. So the main staples are the core products of this thing. Apart from this, we have three more desserts and a lassi. So these are the 7 items which is going to be there in the menu, and it is not necessary that it is only going to be only these 7 items, because in the 11 stores which we are running right now, 5 stores already have other items like grills. Okay, then they have fried rice, noodles. Certain outlets will have meals also, and barbecues. Okay, so whatnot. Anything you can have it. The only condition is you should not use any colors, chemicals, Ajinomoto, or you say MSG. Okay, so it should be chemical free. Whatever is naturally best possible, that is what we are going to offer. So, whom do we target? Thavusukutti Biryani is a brand which is focused on masses. It is not some brand which is there to serve the classes and all. This is something which is going to serve the masses. Okay, masses means, what do you mean by mass? Okay, how do you define mass precisely? So we clearly bifurcate. Our customer, our TG, is basically anyone who is earning less than 15,000 rupees per month is the TG, which is basically the working class people. And for them, we are going to give a chemical free food without any compromise on authenticity or ingredients at a very, very affordable price, which suits them to have this food on a daily basis. Which means we are serving the mass crowd, which means I would say it's a pakka mass. Okay, we are not someone who is a fine dining. We are not someone who is a gourmet food kind of a thing. No, we are a very, very mass brand. For example, to sell you in terms of volumes, our store does between 3,000 to 4,000 packs of biryani per day. So that is the kind of volumes which we do, which means basically around 300 kgs of biryani per day. Okay, that we will be, so that is why we are going to give this entire. So to have this, you need to have mass pricing. So as we now we have and what's the outlet? Outlet basically between 100 square feet to 600 square feet. So that is the outlet size which we will be requiring. To 40%. That will be our gross margin will be 30 to 40%. That will be the gross margin for this business. Can we go to the previous slide? I'll just explain it once more. So that is the thing, which means places where we have mass productions and all. So the gross margins will be crossing at above 40% also, depending upon raw material prices and depending upon the quantity of biryani which we make. Next slide. In terms of the outlet, we have said that, okay, each outlet will be between 300 square feet to 600 square feet, depending upon the availability and depending upon what are all the items which we are going to put. For example, if we are going to add other items like fried rice, noodles, barbecue, grills, and things like that, Okay, I would ideally recommend between a 450 square feet to 500 square feet kind of an outlet, so that you have space to operate all those things within your stall. Because we are going to build a business which is legally strong enough. We are not going to encroach the corporation's area and do this business, which is not something stable, and in the long run you will have a hit. So while finding a location itself, you will find the ideal location basis on what you're going to offer. If in future you're going to offer other products also, initially itself it is better to go to a place where we have the scope to expand new products. It is not necessary that you need to start everything on day one. Okay, initially you can start it with biryani, and if you need to expand other products also, you can do it later. Because once you start an biryani outlet, there will be lot of inquiries in terms of we want grills, we want tandoori items, we want barbecues, all those things. So naturally, we will be tempted to cater to those additional missing sales volumes. Okay, so keep that in mind when we are going for outlet size. And all outlets has to be in main roads. Main roads in the sense, to technically describe it, I would say that at the bus passing main roads. That is what you call it as a main road. Okay, so that should be a major bus passing main road. So that is the technicality for seeing whether that exact location is fit enough for starting an outlet. Because once you start it in those kind of an outlet, there is something called as a passing crowd business, which will happen only if you are in the main artery of the city. In our biryani shop, okay, there will be people having biryani at afternoon 5:30 p.m. and all. If you ask them whom they are basically the persons who have already skipped their lunches. Okay, they have gone to some work. Okay, somehow they were not able to complete the work. While returning back, they completed the work at 3 o'clock and they are returning back. So by that time, the options for them is completely very negligible. All the roadside biryani shops would have already sold off and they have moved on all the meals outlet. Okay, they will not have the proper curries or the proper sabjis for them to serve a proper meal to them. And the tiffin outlets, they may not even started by them. So it is a very tricky time. So you have the opportunity of a fast customer business, which means, okay, all the passing customers, you will be the only person who will be able to serve them. Because for a customer, it is very value based for him. Because when he is going to have a biryani, he is going to have in totality, which means he will have rice, he will have chicken or mutton, he will have an egg, he will have onion raita and curries. It will be a wholesome meal for them. Even in case if mutton pieces or chicken pieces is not there, he is going to have a empty biryani, or you call it as a kuska, which is again a value proposition for him. So if you wanted to cater to that crowd, we need to be present in the bus passing main road in a highly visible location. As we already said, we are focused on giving chemical-free food for working class population. Okay, and in a very profitable way for us. And in Chennai, the highest number of outlets which the market leader has is 25 outlets. We are already 11 outlets in Chennai. So probably within next 1.5 year, we will be the most number of outlets in Chennai. And in terms of volumes also, we will outgrow them, because the product's reception is like that and the pricing is very nightmarish for a competitor to even imagine. Because we do all the purchases on bulk basis, on cash and carry basis, which means even corporates who are trying to come and supply to us, when they see the bill of on what rate we are buying the products, okay, they are getting astonished. How you are going to how are you getting these products at this kind of a rate? Because we have excellent financial discipline. Everything is cash and carry, and everything we buy it on bulk, and we negotiate very well. Since I have already been in DMARC, okay, we are masters in negotiating. Okay, so we know how to negotiate and get the same product at a much lesser price. So what is our USP? We sell traditional Dindigul style biryani and Basmati style biryani. So both are there. Dindigul style biryani is in Dindigul flavor. Basmati style biryani is in Arcot biryani style flavor. And it can be changed based on the regionality. For example, if we go to Hyderabad, our Basmati biryani will become Hyderabadi biryani. We will do the Hyderabadi biryani recipes there in such a way that, okay, it is far excellent than the existing Hyderabadi biryanis available there. And if we go to Lucknow, we will do the same thing for Lucknow. If we go to Punjab, we will do the same thing there also. So we will have this Dindigul Jeeraga Samba biryani as a signature brand. And apart from that, this Basmati, we will change it according to the local flavors which is required for the market. So that is how we expand. So that you have something very authentic and you have something which is market driven. So that you have huge volumes for your business. And we are the only brand in the entire India who sells two different kinds of biryani in a mass scale. We are not a restaurant to have this kind of biryani that in small portions. Everything we do it in mass scale. Okay, so that is the specialty of us. Okay, so whichever the recipes are, we will be able to craft it. Okay, we'll be able to give it at a much better than what is existingly available. Because when I was in MTR, okay, we have crafted lot of recipes for MTR. So we know how to do things on a mass scale and at a cost-effective way. So that is what we do. And in terms of strategically pricing, you know that, okay, our mutton biryani is 140 rupees and our chicken biryani is 90 rupees, which is nowhere available in the market. Okay, so that kind of a very aggressive pricing we will go so that the people will not even give a second thought whether to buy this or not. Okay, they will just think that, okay, this is very affordable price and the brand is already established. So they know that what kind of products we give and what is the value of this product. Okay, so that is already established. So it is just going to be scaling from now on. And in terms of setup, it is a very basic setup where there is a signboard and all the walls is going to be just white color tiles. And it is going to be Philips 36 watts LED tube lights. That's all. Because the model is very simple, we wanted to keep the infrastructure very low and focus on food and pricing. We don't want any flashy interiors or any decorative things in the outlets. It has to be very basic and clean. Why is it white walls, white tiles? Basically, white means purity. Okay, so we wanted to keep the entire shop white and completely illuminate it. Okay, so that is how we have each and every store. To set up and store, we will not cross more than 5 lakhs. And it will be, in fact, lesser than 5 lakhs. So that is the way in which we design the model. So the prime focus is only on food and pricing, nothing else. So to give you a background, I have already explained to you. So prior to this, I was the vice president with DMart. And prior to that, I was with Bambino, with Cello Pens, CA Tires, MTR, Bajaj Automobiles. Okay, so it is completely a sales and marketing profile. So across different companies, I have formulated a lot of different models for sales and marketing. And our sales and marketing model is basically something which will scale to very high because the model itself is like that. It has been designed in such a way that scalability is the backbone of the model. Next. So this is a premise of restaurant industry. So Indian restaurant market is around 56.6 billion USD and it is growing at 8.3% CAGR. So it is supposed to cross $1 billion in 2023, which 2030. Okay, which means this market is roughly going to double in the next 5 years. And if you'd have gone to abroads and things like that, you would have seen normally, okay, people don't cook that much. Okay, they tend to have the meals either in the offices they have working or in the street side shops. So they don't spend much time on this thing. And that trend is catching up in India also. Probably in another 10-15 years, we will also be very, very closer to what is the current models available in abroad. Okay, which is like eating almost all the three meals outside, and probably we will cook only when we are in weekend. So now most of the meals we are cooking in home and we are eating in weekends. Now probably there is a huge scope for that to get reversed now. Okay. And in terms of urban and rural, okay, you know that, okay, so India lives in its rural. Okay, so the potential of that rural market is very, very high. But as of now, we will focus on urban first. Okay, but we are not restricting anything to rural. Okay, if anyone wants to start in rural also, we are very much aware, open for that, because we have seen certain outlets, okay, which are in the outskirts of the city, which are doing extremely well than the existing store, because there is no competition actually. Okay, so that kind of a potential is existing out in the outskirts also. Okay, so that is also an opportunity to clearly look for. Next slide. So market drivers, as you already said that, okay, so there is a lot of urbanization happening, and the disposable income is also happening. And in terms of online food deliveries apps, okay, so last 10 years, whatever we have seen, okay, it is all very phenomenal. And now the online platforms are also recording profits, which means the last 10 years, whatever the cash burns which they have done, okay, this model is getting sustainable. This model is growing big, so that it is starting to get business. So that kind of atmosphere is right now there. Okay, so there is huge scope for food business. Even in COVID times, also you would have already noticed. Okay, there is a lot of things which we might have said no, but for food, okay, even in COVID time also, okay, this is the basic necessity. Whatever happens, okay, this is going to run. Whatever recession comes, or whatever any COVID like things happens, okay, food is going to be an all-time demand, and it is an evergreen business. And out of all the food business, biryani business is number one. So that is why I have left my job, okay, which was a multi-crore paying job, and came and started this business, understanding its true potential. So what is required? I've already told you. So an outlet is basically a 300 square feet to 600 square feet outlet, and the total investment will be 15 lakhs. This is including the franchisee fee. And this model, since it's a lean model, we don't spend hugely on manpower. We will break even in 1 to 1.5 years time. So that is how we will break even. So we started last year. We have already broke even. In fact, our first outlet and all, we made our break even in 8 months. Okay, so but what we commit is basically, okay, within 1.5 year, short break even. Okay, and all the agreements will be for 5 years contract time. And even for renewal, we don't charge any extra franchisee fees and all. Okay, so it is for a namesake, it's a renewal, but it is actually a continuation. Next. So primarily now we are focusing on 5 states, which is basically Tamil Nadu, okay, Maharashtra, Karnataka, AP, Telangana, Kerala. So apart from these places, we are open for North India expansion also, because the model is very, very simple, and it is completely done with unskilled manpower. So what is our specialty? Okay, so in this business, we do biryanis without masters, which means we make the process very, very simple, and with proper SOPs, that anyone who is into wanting to do this business, okay, he can come and start cooking this biryani if we follow the SOPs. So that is how we do it. So this business is not master driven at all. So you need not pay huge salaries for the biryani masters and beg to him to give good taste, consistent taste. No, that is not going to happen. We are going to give proper SOPs in such a way that even I make the biryani or you make the biryani, same taste and same consistency is assured all 365 days. So that is the speciality of this biryani brand. So cooking is basically an art. We have made it as a science so that it becomes scalable. So that is the main thing which we have done. So for example, if someone is going to start in Hyderabad, he need not go for any masters. He just wanted to recruit some unskilled manpower, send him for training here. He will get trained in Chennai, and then he will do the same thing in your town. So that is how we do it. So the SOP is the very, very core of this brand. So you need to follow the SOP so that it is very, very less in cost and it is not skilled manpower dependent. We will always work with unskilled manpower, which is available in market in abundance, which means our manpower requirement itself is, okay, give me a person who's having fitness, his hands and legs are working properly. That's all. There is no extra qualification for that. We will not even say that he should he should know some basic cooking. No, basic cooking is also not required. All the 45 persons who are working in our Chennai kitchen, everyone doesn't know any basic cooking. Everyone was been taught from the scratch how to make the biryani. So that is the key thing. So that we save hugely on manpower cost. For example, in Chennai, the cost of a biryani master minimum is 45,000 rupees per day, per month. That is the minimum cost. Whereas we pay 18,000 rupees for unskilled manpower, and he does the same thing or better thing than a master, because the entire process has been decoded on how to make a biryani with the process, and it is given very, very handy so that it is easy to follow. It is not complex. We have removed all the complex operation which is involved in making the biryani and made it as simple as easy to as like how you make a biryani, as like how you make a Maggi noodles. So as simply we have made this thing, but without missing even 1% on tradition, because we do this biryani in firewood. For places where there is no option for firewood, there we can go for gas, and in top we will put the dum using charcoal fire dum. So that is how we will do. Okay, so if there is a provision to make it in firewood, the first preference will be through firewood. And if in case there is no provision to make in firewood, then we will make the biryani in gas and we will put the dum using charcoal. So that is the model it is. So whatever the recipe it is, okay, we have all the recipes, we have all styles of biryani, and we have all the recipes for grills, barbecues, shawarmas, your pepper chicken, and then whatever gravies you want. Okay, so all the recipes are all readily available as of now itself. Okay, so we can just go there. You need to just choose what are all the things you need to do, and you need to implement it. Everything is completely SOP driven. So there is no need for skilled manpower in this business. So that is the key breakthrough in this business. When we started this business, everyone was questioning, how do you do a biryani without a master? The master is me, basically. Master comes with the knowledge. What I have done is that I have decoded the entire process and given it in proper SOP forms so that the business becomes scalable to go into any part of the world. So that is how we have done it. So this is basically a high profit potential business because the volumes will be high. Okay, the cost of productions will be low, and you make bulk production. So that is where we win. And the operation is very simple. And we have very, very strong customer related policies because we don't use any chemicals. We say that, okay, our food is fit enough for a pregnant woman to consume it on a daily basis, not occasionally, because we make the food completely chemical free in a commercial way, which means we have both things in hand. Okay, we are thinking about the customer also, we are thinking about the business wise also. Okay, if we serve the customer and then if we don't make money, it's not a good business. We make the customers happy and as well as we make good money in this business. So that is what we do. Okay, so someone who wants to say that, okay, I will just make only good food and don't know how to market the product or don't know how to build the business, he will lose. But we are not like that. Okay, we know both. Okay, so that is how within the last 1 year, it has been a phenomenal hit last year. And this year also, it is going like crazy. Okay, so that is the kind of overall support and things which the brand will also offer to its franchisees. So we do all the training in Chennai kitchen because here he will get trained in all the aspects of business, which means not just only cooking. Here on a regular day, we will start our work at 2 a.m. in the morning. On Sundays and all, we will start at 12 a.m. in the morning. So that is when your biryani will be produced by around 8 o'clock, which is ready for shipment to all the shops. So that kind of a discipline also we will train them. Okay, so it is not just only food training. Okay, we will train him in all the aspects. And in terms of legal and licensing, we are a very, very strong entity in terms of legality because the foundation of the company is very, very strong. Each and everything must be legally vet by worlds, not worlds. Okay, so we are working with lawyers who are basically they are the Asia's head for intellectual property, and they are the people who do the franchisee agreements for Domino's globally. Okay, so that kind of a caliber in which we work, and the model is also easy for exit also because there is no fixed cost, huge buildup in terms of setting up the infrastructure. But we have done almost 11 outlets now, and all the outlets are running successfully. So there is no need for anyone to exit this business because each month, okay, it is profit driven. So only if the business fixed expenses and if the monthly variable expenses are high, okay, so the business will run into loss. So this model is very, very simple, which means to run an outlet, you will require maximum 5 people. So that is the kind of manpower which we will be requiring for this business. So you keep all those fixed expenses less so that your business earns profit from the day one. From the first month itself, okay, it will be a profit business. Yeah. Next. So I have already said those things. Okay, so in terms of a franchisee fee, okay, so there is a 3 lakhs of franchisee fee. But more than the franchisee fee, this is basically a royalty model, which means after your term of 5 years is getting over, there will not be any other franchisee fee which will be charged. We will just work only on the royalty part. That's all. Because we are not a brand who is focused on franchisee fee and not give you support. It's not like that. Okay, so we are a brand who basically rely on royalty, which is basically a month-on-month transaction between you and me. Only if we support you, okay, we'll be able to get this royalty also, right? Okay, so that is the intention of keeping this business. Okay, so this way. Next. Ideal partner profile is someone who is interested in food business. Oh, so there is no huge filters for that. Okay, anyone who is interested in food business and wanted to do it passionately, okay, they can do it. So no prior knowledge or no prior experience or any educations or anything or any business experience. Nothing is required. Only if you have the intention to start the business, food business, and run it properly with the same passion in which you started, that is more than enough for us, because the model is simple. Okay, you're going to make the biryani and you're going to sell it in standard portion size. That's all. Next. So what are all the things we'll be doing? Okay, so in this food business, the main constraint of this food business is basically manpower. We will be able to recruit manpower also for you and train them also. Okay, whoever is there in any part of the city, okay, we'll be able to do it and give it to them. Or ideally, you can recruit them and send them here for training. So both the things will work. Okay, so if you don't have the capability to recruit, we will do it from our side itself. Okay, because we are doing this business completely through unskilled manpower, which is available in abundance. So that is the main part. So we will list you in our website. Okay, all we have a very strong marketing agency. Okay, so you can do all your outlet level marketings through them. And in terms of any, we are already tied up with the Swiggy, Zomato, okay, and any other online platforms which are going to emerge also, we will tie up with them. Okay, so all the things, enablers and channels for getting into in which you can sell will be available. In fact, if you start a biryani brand, okay, there will be lot of catering orders which will be coming to you, like marriage catering, okay, birthday party caterings, okay, office get-togethers caterings, a lot of things. Okay, so that itself is a huge volume of business for our business, because no function happens without biryani. If it is a non-veg function, if it is a vegetarian function, that is different. Okay, if it is a non-vegetarian function, okay, so biryani is the prime food. Once you give biryani, which means it's things are sorted. Next. So these are the terms and conditions. Franchisee cannot enter into competitive business in the same segment, which means you cannot have two biryani brands. It will be conflict of interest. And we will be giving exclusivity, which means in Chennai, okay, so we give exclusivity for 2 kilometer radius. But outside of Chennai and all, we give the entire city in totality. Okay, so we have different models for different kinds of cities. And the franchisee has to secure all the licenses, all the basic licenses like GST, FSSI, fire license, corporation license, then certificates for food handlers. Okay, all these licenses they will have to take it, and all others are general stuffs. Okay, so you need to pay your taxes. You need to pay. You need to always comply with the statutory norms. And agreement renewal will be in 5 years, and for that we won't charge second time franchisee fee. Next. So that's it, sir. So anyone is having any questions, you're free to ask now.
Right. Thank you so much, Dinesh sir, for the detailed presentation. In fact, we really appreciate. I mean, the way you as a brand, focusing on a particular, part of society, for giving them best food available, chemical free, is really appreciated. I mean, in case if we talk about the reason why someone should choose Thavusukutti Biryani as the franchisee partner, I think this your brand really has a very strong regional identity. I mean, you as a brand is culturally rooted. I would consider your brand as the culturally rooted brand, which is known for the authentic South Indian biryani flavors. This brand also offers a unique taste that connects deeply with the local consumers. Also, this brand has a very high demand, high demand product category. I mean, in case if you look into the biryani, biryani is one of the most consumed and the loved dishes across India. The brand steps into the fast-growing segment of non-veg quick service restaurants, ensuring the consistent demand. The third I can talk about, it has a proven business model. I mean, Thavusukutti Biryani already have like one flagship store, and they also have already running multiple outlets, franchisee outlets with the FOFO model, right? So with streamlined kitchen operation, optimized menu, and customer-focused service, the brand offers a low-waste, high-margin model that is ideal for franchise success. If you will also talk about the affordability, affordable investment, and the scalable growth, as uh, Dinesh had already talked about in detail. I mean, this brand offers a competitive investment structure with a scalable format like dine-in, takeaway, and the cloud kitchen, making it suitable for both for the first-time entrepreneur and the seasoned investors. And of course, the comprehensive franchise support. He said that in case if you want someone to get trained on that, you can send him to the Chennai, and Dinesh sir himself is going to give them proper training for the staff, the store setup, and also how to stick with the SOP, how to prepare biryani with the same taste, which is across the region, right? So I mean, all these things are will be supported by the brand, and that is how you can take the full advantage of being the franchisee of this brand. I mean, so in case if anyone would like to get in touch, with us to talk more about or to have a deep dive discussion about it, you can contact us on our hotline number, or I would also request Putu if you could just share your number in the chat box. So in case if anyone from Bangalore would like to get in touch with Dinesh sir, right, Putu can facilitate that. Even if any part of the southern part of India, in case if you're from Kerala, if you're from Tamil Nadu or Karnataka, wherever you are from, you can contact Putu on his number. He has already shared his number in the chat box, and then we can have a detailed discussion about the brand. Um, I also have had some kind of questions, sir, in case if you could answer, Dinesh sir.
Yes, yes.
Like you already have 10 franchisee stores. I mean, any specific idea, any sort of example you would like to share with us that which store is doing the best and why? Is there any specific reason behind doing it better as compared to others, like location or the prior experience of the franchisee owner or any sort of thing that you observe?
Yeah. In Chennai, okay, so we do around 32 lakhs of business, okay,
Mhm.
per month. And there is one more store called Pallikarnai store. They do around 35 to 37 lakhs of business, which is higher than the flagship store, which is very, very
Wow,
uncommon, which is very, very
absolutely.
uncommon. Okay, because the power of the flagship store is always very, very high. And you have a running example of one store which is beating the flagship store and doing higher volumes. So that is basically the franchisee owner's involvement. Okay, so he just doesn't sell only biryani. Okay, he has certain other products also lined up, like he has grills. Okay, he has fried rice, noodles. Okay, then tandoori chicken. Okay, and then Chinese varieties, all those things and all. And he's available in the store from starting from the shutter opening to the time the shutter closes. Okay, so he's completely involved in this business. So whatever the thing it is, he's hands-on. Okay, so that
Wow.
kind of an investment in time, okay, in this business will be a really an added advantage, but it is not 100% required also. If you have a trusted person to run a store, that is good enough. But if
Mhm.
you yourself are involved in this business, you can roughly say that, okay, another 10 lakhs of business is going to add on.
True. I totally agree with you, Dinesh sir, because when you invest in some brand, so the ROI is not only about return on investment, but it is more like return on your involvement into the business, right? And that is what I think, Dinesh, sir, you said that the franchisee owner is more involved in that business, and that is the reason why he is able to do better than your flagship stores.
Yes, yes,
Right.
yes.
So ROI is all about return on involvement into your business, and of course, return on your intelligence that you use to run that business. So that is what I think practically this is what the definition of ROI is. Yep. And that is how you can get the the best out of your investment. I mean,
Yes.
amazing that franchisee is doing better business than the flagship stores. That is what the benefit, of this brand.
Yes.
Also, if you could also talk about the average food price, the menu, or a little bit of daily sale in terms of numbers, offline, online, maybe
Uh,
like of your
yeah.
flagship stores.
Yeah. In terms of footfall, okay, so in our flagship store, okay, so a minimum of 600 footfalls per day is basically you call it as a bill cut. Okay, so we
Okay.
make around 600 on a weekdays, and
Okay.
on weekends it will cost thousands. Okay, so that is the kind of footfall which we will generate. And this store is not high on online. Okay, so compared to other brands, okay, we hardly sell just not more than 20% of the volume, because the TG is not someone who is using online. Because in online you have price escalation, all those things. We serve for common man who is working, basically working class people. He
Hmm.
comes there, okay, picks up the food, goes to his home and have it, or he has it there itself. But he doesn't want to pay 50% higher for the same biryani in online, just for convenience, which is not our TG, which is a TG for different brands, but for ours, which is a mass brand, okay. So our online sales is not more than 20%. It is all physical sales,
All right.
which is much more exciting, because there will be always crowd in your outlet, okay, which will be very, very positive sign for you to run this business.
Hmm.
And that itself will act as a marketing for you.
Right. So, I mean, on what basis you selected to cater those, the working class population, which earn less than 15,000 a month?
Basically, when I came to Chennai,
Hmm.
here all my three meals, okay, is going to be in the hotels only. Because
Right.
we stay in a mansion, okay, we stay there. Because here, eating outside is not a luxury; it's a necessity for us.
Correct.
Okay, someone who was not from Chennai but came to Chennai to work and all the
Hmm.
three meals is primarily going to be from hotels, which means that food, first thing, it has to be good. Second thing, it has to be cheap also, because good food may be available in a lot of restaurants, but it is not available cheap for a common person to come and eat. I have come to Chennai not to spend all my salary on food, but to save money. That is why I have come here. I've been in my hometown. Okay, my mom cooks excellent foods. Okay, but I come to Chennai basically with a double of salary, and to save back, not to give the entire whatever I have earned to the brands who serve good foods,
Hmm.
and this thing. And as well as I cannot afford to lose my health also. Okay, by eating
Correct.
cheap foods which are always with some colors, always with Ajinomoto, always with vinegar, always with
Hmm.
artificial things and things like that. So that is the thing, which is basically the masses. So this is basically the bottom of the pyramid. Okay, I wanted to exactly cater only to that. Okay, which is a fortune. That's what we have proved last year. So that is why this brand was a viral hit, and it was a sensation for the last entire year itself.
Great. And what sort of marketing you do to attract those, or to attract those, your audience, like,
What we do in our flagship store is basically we make 10,000 biryani coupons. Okay.
Okay.
And we go door to door and distribute to them with the confidence that this product, you will like it. You come and have in the store, and if you like it, you will come the next time without any obligations, without any conditions applied. Okay,
Mhm.
we gave it, which is basically the grassroots level marketing. So once the product is very, very confident, you can do this. Okay, so that is what we do. And now we have started online things also. Like for 1 week, okay, there will be buy one, get one offer, not for one day, but for a 1 week time. Because here the business pattern is like this. Okay, so we will not have non-veg on certain days, depending upon our gods which we
Correct, correct,
worship
correct.
and all. Okay, some
Okay.
Sai Baba devotees, they will not have it on Thursdays. And similarly, there are a lot of other things. So that's why we give it for 1 week, so that there is an opportunity for anyone to come and try, okay, for a period of 1 week's time. And even if someday if biryani is sold out and stocked out, okay, you can come and do it in the next day. So that opportunity is always there. So we
Mhm.
do in both these ways.
So, I mean, those coupon have some kind of discount or what?
Yeah, it's basically it is a flat 100 rupees discount, but the biryani itself is 90 rupees, which means you get a free biryani.
Oh, okay, great.
Okay.
That's great. And what about the location selection? How, I mean, what sort of location what is your suggestion? What is your definition of these kind of location where you can sell better in numbers?
The location has to be in a very prominent bus passing main road. That is the definition. Very prominent bus passing main road, or the artery of the city. Understood? It should not be purely residential. It
Okay.
should be, okay, commercial, and as well as it should have a backup of residential behind the roads. Everything should be there. So that is what we do, because we wanted to do huge volumes, not just small volumes and all. So the location is very, very prime importance. And we will personally visit all the locations. If it is in any part of the country, I will personally visit, because I have been a salesperson. Okay, I have traveled across the country. Okay, so each and every location, I will fly down there, I will visit, and only post my personal approval, the outlet will be on, because
All right.
location is everything. So that is something which you cannot change. So it is
True, true,
better to invest time on that.
true. Also would like to take some question in the chat box. I can see, is brand available for a FOCO model in Hyderabad city? If yes, then what would be the proposal? I think you're not open for the FOCO model as of now.
No, not just now. We will never be operating FOCO model.
All right.
We
Okay.
will always be FOFO model.
FOFO.
Because this is not a business where you it's not a fixed deposit where you put the money and look for returns. This requires
True.
a lot of involvement. And
Correct.
if, for my caliber, I can pull in any crores of investments, because I have that much corporate experience, and as well as loss of trust with different promoters of different companies. Okay, in fact, our ex company's owners wanted to fund this company. We are not in actually need for any fund, because this model itself is a very, very lean model. Only
Correct.
if you want 2 to 3 crores of money for putting up one store, you will require the support. 15 lakhs is something which everyone has in their bank account. Okay, so this model will never be FOCO. It will always be FOFO, because the inception of this model is to develop the entrepreneurships of people who wanted to get into food business. They want to run this business, not for people who just want to invest their money in this thing and earn returns. No, hard work is very, very important, because in food business, a lot of things is involved. Like, you need to meet customers, you need to meet officials, you need to meet all the people. Okay, so unless and until an owner is there or a very trusted person is there, it's not easy to run that. And it is
True.
technically, once you have a FOCO model, the scalability is already hit, because you have too many things to run. So this
True.
model
True.
is
Absolutely.
basically a FOFO model always.
I totally agree.
Open for Coco.
Um,
Coco.
apart from that, are you open for Ahmedabad city, by the way?
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So hope, Binita, that answers your question. I mean, in case, I mean, this is very affordable, right? Not only in terms of, the franchising model, but also the food products are also, very affordable. So, I mean, as you have seen that this particular brand is primarily focusing on the affordable, a mass class, right, which can, buy the working class population basically. So, in case if you have or if you have like a 300 to 600 square feet of space, dining area, and you have 15 lakh rupee of investment, then of course this can be a very good, the business for you. We also have Harsha. Harsha has shared his number for the Andhra Pradesh. Um, is there any outlet available in Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh?
No,
Ganesh?
as of now in Chennai and in
Mhm.
few parts of Tamil Nadu, we have signed and kitchen construction works are going on. So probably in 1 or 2 months' time, we'll be up in 4 cities in Tamil Nadu.
Fantastic. Put to my request is to please get in touch with Harsha. Harsha has already shared his number in the chat box. He's from Vijayawada. And I think this can, I mean, my message to Harsha is also that this can absolutely be a fantastic opportunity with a minimum investment and the best business model. So, in case if you would like to go with this, you please get in touch with us. You can contact, on the number which Puttu has already given. I would also be sharing my not my number, I mean, Franchise India's number. Just putting this into the Q&A box. You can contact us either on that number, 9717683838, or you can also write to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. So that is how you can get in touch with us, and we can have a detailed discussion about the overall, the planning. Vikas is asking which cities are open for Gujarat. I think when we are going to Gujarat, and then I think all the major cities we should be open. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because it is, I mean, primarily this brand is focusing on the southern part of southern states, right? But still, in case if someone is from Gujarat, then of course we can, if you find good opportunity, good footfall, good opportunity to sell, this particular taste biryani, of course, we can have a discussion in length. So you can contact us on our number and we can have a discussion on that. So I think that's it for the day, everyone. Thank you so much, Dinesh sir, for joining and having a wonderful discussion. And I really appreciate, your thought process of coming up with something which is basically for the working class population, which earn less than 15,000 rupees. I mean, this concept, and also, an authentic. You are taking the authentic recipe without artificial, uh, chemicals free, what you call, you said, chemical free products to the mass audience is really appreciable. Um, uh, you also focus more on the strategical price for the mass market appeal. That is also one of the best part of for your particular, the brand. Low investment, high return, and quick scalability is the summary that's how you can define this particular brand. So that's it for the day, everyone. Thank you so much, Dinesh sir. Before we end this session, would you like? I would really request you to please say some closing remarks for the audience.
So this is a very simple business model. Okay, but we sell biryani, the king of food, and we make this thing with unskilled manpower. So this entire business is going to run with unskilled manpower. So you are never in dependence with any biryani masters, and you will never be in such a way that you need to plead for the quality or plead for the consistency. Nothing. Okay, we have standard SOPs. We have very clear approach in terms of sales, and we have very clear approach in terms of setting up the setup of this business within 15 lakhs so that we break even within 1.5 year maximum. Okay, so that is the kind of business. So within 15 lakhs, we are going to invest in such a brand that which will break even very fast, and it's very scalable and easy to operate. So that is what we are.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dinesh sir, for being available for this webinar. I really appreciate you. And also Rajat for helping me driving this business throughout. Thanks so much, everyone. See you tomorrow once again at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with a new brand, and we'll explore the another business opportunity. Till then, take care and have a nice day ahead.